In the far reaches of northern Norway, where winter sun barely grazes the horizon and the seas remain frigid and wild, a silent, relentless industry unfolds every day. Amid snowstorms and icy gales, skilled hands harvest one of the world's most prized foods, Norwegian salmon. What seems like a simple piece of sashimi on your plate is actually the result of an intricate process that transforms the raw elements of nature into a high-tech, multi-million-dollar operation. This isn't just aquaculture, it's a synchronized system of science, engineering, and endurance, generating over $1 million in value each day. It all begins deep inland, within modern hatcheries. Here, salmon start life in freshwater tanks, where every element, temperature, light, oxygen, is precisely controlled. From egg to fry to fingerling, their development is monitored using advanced sensors and AI. Once mature enough, they're transported to enormous floating sea pens in the fjords, each capable of holding up to 2 million fish. These underwater farms are digital marvels. Drones and submersible cameras watch every salmon, analyzing health, movement, and feeding behavior. If even one fish appears stressed, alerts are triggered. Feed is delivered through precision piping systems, down to the gram, ensuring uniform growth without excess. Water temperature, oxygen levels, salinity, and current strength are tracked in real time. Each fish becomes a traceable unit, recorded from fertilization to harvest, a model of food transparency. Then comes harvest time, a highly orchestrated phase where steel vessels quietly set out to sea. Engines are silent, movements calculated. There's no chaos, only precision. This is not traditional fishing. It's a controlled extraction of fully grown salmon from the Arctic waters, where they've absorbed the cleanest oxygen and nutrients from the sea. For generations, Norwegian fishermen have lived by these icy shores. Now armed with GPS and sonar, they track the exact location of wild salmon migrations. Specialized nets, designed to reduce bycatch and protect the marine ecosystem, are gently deployed. It's demanding, dangerous work, fast-paced and physically intense. But the rewards are unmatched. Once aboard, salmon are immediately transferred into seawater circulation tanks or chilled rapidly using ultra-modern systems. This preserves freshness at the molecular level, locking in the firm texture and delicate sweetness that define top-quality salmon. The next stop is onshore, cold, immaculate processing plants, where machine efficiency meets human expertise. Each fish is weighed, inspected, descaled, gutted, and filleted. All in an environment kept just above freezing. The average fillet, weighing between 4.4 and 6.6 pounds, is then scanned and meticulously deboned. Only the finest cuts move forward, trimmed precisely to suit market standards, ranging between 7 and 18 ounces per portion. The finished product is vacuum-packed, chilled to 0 to 4 degrees Celsius or deep frozen at 18 degrees Celsius, depending on its destination. Some fillets are smoked, using traditional methods. Others are dispatched straight to Michelin-starred restaurants or grocery chains worldwide. All of this, from fjord to fillet, happens in just one day and can generate over $1 million in revenue. But more than just profits, Norwegian salmon represents a triumph of sustainability, technology, and national identity. It is not merely food. It is a statement of precision, trust, and innovation. From the freezing depths of the Atlantic to dinner tables across the globe, every slice tells a story of harmony between human ingenuity and the power of nature. Norway doesn't just produce salmon, it sets the global gold standard for it. In the vast, sun-drenched plains of Australia, where the earth shimmers under a relentless sky and wind whistles through open grasslands, kangaroos grow wild, untamed, powerful, and deeply woven into the identity of a nation. With every thunderous leap, they seem to carry the soul of Australia forward, a symbol of endurance, freedom, and vitality. But behind that noble image lies a lesser-known reality. Every year, over 1.5 million kangaroos are hunted and processed, part of a regulated system that balances ecology with economy. When their numbers swell, now reaching nearly 50 million and far surpassing the human population, nature alone can no longer keep them in check. That is when the country steps in, and the journey of this iconic creature takes a sharp turn, from the open wilds to industrial processing floors where meat and leather are harvested and sold across the world. To many, kangaroos look gentle, even adorable, but the truth is far more rugged. Out in the bush, a mature male stands 2 meters tall, muscles coiled like springs, weighing over 90 kilograms. His kick is strong enough to crush bone, a staggering 850 psi. In mating season, these animals do not just fight, they box, claw, and kick in raw displays of dominance. It is nature's brutal ritual, played out under the stars. Unlike most mammals, kangaroos do not wait for a particular season to reproduce. They breed all year, their rhythms guided by water and food. When rains return and grass surges green again, a wave of new life begins. Males spar in violent, majestic duels, balancing on tails, launching double-legged kicks that could drop a rival in seconds, all for the right to mate and climb the pecking order. The miracle of kangaroo birth is almost unreal. After just over a month of gestation, a joey barely larger than a bean, blind, pink, and under 1 gram, is born. It does not land in the pouch like many believe. Instead, it crawls, all instinct and will, up its mother's belly into the pouch, a living nursery where it continues to grow for months. Here, safe and warm, it nurses, peeks out at the world, and eventually one day hops out to take its first real steps. That slow, careful journey from pouch to pasture takes up to 2 years. Then, if fate decides, the young kangaroo joins the ranks of those harvested. It is a sobering reality, but one deeply rooted in necessity. Kangaroos feed in herds, travel at night, and wreak havoc on fences, crops, and grazing land, costing farmers billions. To protect agriculture and preserve the land, the government issues licenses for controlled hunting. Every year, roughly 2 million kangaroos are taken, not through traps or poison, but with precision rifles under strict welfare guidelines. Hunting them is no easy task. Kangaroos are fast, alert, and unpredictable. Professional shooters study satellite maps to track herds, heading out when the sun sets and the animals begin to move. At night, under moonlight and spotlight, hunters wait. From 150 to 200 meters away, they aim. A single shot, clean, immediate. In a good night, a hunter may take down 30 to 70. Each tail is kept, not as a trophy, but as proof submitted for tracking and compliance with government quotas. Sometimes tragedy strikes. A mother is taken down, not knowing she was still carrying life inside her. That is when wildlife rescuers like Wires, Australia's largest animal care network, step in. Orphan joeys are raised with painstaking care, but even then only a fraction survive. From the wild, the harvested kangaroos are quickly loaded into trucks and transported to processing centers. There, the industrial rhythm begins. Carcasses are hung on automated hooks, workers in protective gear inspecting each one under bright, sterile lights. First, the skin, expertly peeled using curved knives that glide through muscle and fiber. Then the meat, deep red, lean, and rich with iron, sorted into loin, thigh, shoulder, ribs. Every cut is reviewed for freshness by sight, smell, and touch. Next, the vacuum seal. Meat is packed, sealed, and labeled, destined for markets that value its bold flavor and nutritional punch. Leaner than beef, yet twice as rich in iron and protein. But meat is only half the story. Kangaroo leather, thin, strong, and supple, is treasured in fashion capitals across the globe. The hides go through a meticulous journey, soaked in rotating drums, stripped of hair and fat, then dried and flattened. Their surfaces are smoothed under hydraulic presses, inspected for flaws, and dyed in rich shades like black, chestnut, or slate, depending on the brand's request. Then comes refinement. At luxury workshops, leather is shaped into belts, wallets, gloves. Skilled hands mark and slice, bevel and stitch. Each wallet is not just a product, it is a statement of craft. The leather is bonded, pressed, its edges smoothed and painted, its body polished with oil until it gleams. It is a strange path from grassland to boutique shelf, but one that reflects the full circle of resource, labor, and artistry. And just as Japan treasures its Wagyu, cattle raised with reverence and exported for hundreds of millions each year, Australia too has turned to one of its oldest inhabitants. Not as a symbol alone, but as a living, breathing part of its land and economy. The story of the kangaroo is not simple, nor without contradiction. It is wild, it is majestic, it is harvested, and it is real. In the vast sea and sky of eastern Japan, where white-capped waves crash in endless rhythm, a group of fishermen carry on a rare and extraordinary tradition, hand-catching giant squid using only ropes, strength, and skills passed down through generations. With no automation, no sonar, and no modern fishing tech, they lower hundreds of meters of rope into the pitch-black depths, guided only by the dim lights of the ship and the sensitivity in their hands. In the dark, with the sea as their only witness, they wait for the slightest vibration, proof that a squid has taken the bait. Then comes the shout, the scramble, and the raw effort of pulling up a creature that can weigh up to 40 kilograms. There are no machines to help, just grit, sweat, and teamwork. Each squid hauled aboard is more than a catch. It's a battle won against nature. With long tentacles and shimmering skin, the squid are swiftly processed right on deck. Heads are cut, organs removed, meat sorted. Some will go straight to Tokyo's finest auctions. Others will be dried, frozen, or cooked into steaming meals for the crew, all while the boat drifts quietly at sea. Every night, between 100 to 200 squid are pulled from the deep. No one knows what tomorrow will bring, but the fishermen persist. This is more than a job. It's heritage, the quiet pride of Japan's coastal communities. Before dawn, the boats slip away from the docks, heading into the unknown. Each shift is long, cold, and dangerous. On deck, the wind cuts like a blade, the sea sprays ice cold, and the deck is slick with seawater and squid. Yet the rhythm never stops. Bait the hook, drop the line, feel the pull, haul it up. Without sensors or radar, the fishermen rely entirely on instinct and touch. When a squid bites, it pulls hard. The line shakes violently. Crewmates rush in to help. It can take 15 minutes of non-stop muscle work to pull up a single giant squid. Any mistake, and it's gone. Once aboard, the best squid, unbruised, intact, are set aside for high-end markets. The rest become dried squid, frozen meat, or savory onboard dishes like squid stir-fry or steamed squid with ginger. At night, no one truly rests. Workers rotate through short naps in narrow bunks, then return to the cold deck again and again. But when the final squid is packed away, there's a quiet joy. Each one is a hard-earned reward, proof of endurance, resilience, and skill. As squid season begins, the fishing village comes alive. Boats are checked, lamps prepared, and bait packed. This short window determines a family's entire year. Miss it, and the wait is long. These boats aren't large, but they're built with care. Control room in front, fishing zone in the center, processing in the back. The rewards are high. A single high-grade squid can sell for tens of dollars, with live ones fetching double. On a good trip, a boat can bring in hundreds of thousands of yen in just a couple of days. At morning auctions in ports like Hakodate or Hachinohe, buyers inspect each squid, color, firmness, tentacle condition, before bidding begins. Squid fishing isn't just commerce, it's culture. At festivals, giant squid models parade through the streets. Children hear stories of their ancestors battling storms and hauling monsters from the deep. These tales carry the soul of the village, a life shaped by the sea. When the boats return, they carry not only barrels of squid, but also fatigue, etched into tired faces, swollen hands, and sleepless eyes. But behind it all is pride. Pride in overcoming the night. Pride in providing for their families. Pride in a tradition kept alive by those who refuse to let go of the line. For the people of Japan's fishing villages, the ocean isn't just water. It's home, challenge, faith, and future.
Koi fish are a popular ornamental species known for their vibrant colors, long lifespan, and deep symbolic meaning in feng shui, representing perseverance and prosperity. Originating from common carp, koi were selectively bred and developed most extensively in Japan, which is considered the birthplace of modern koi. In recent years, Taiwan has also emerged as a major player in koi farming, thanks to its large-scale production and advanced breeding techniques. So, what sets these two countries apart in the world of koi fish? Let's find out. In Taiwan, koi fish are primarily raised in large rectangular ponds designed for industrial-scale farming.
These ponds are typically constructed with concrete and have a depth ranging from 1 to 1.5 meters. They are equipped with recirculating water filtration systems, aeration, and temperature control to maintain a stable and clean environment for the fish. The stocking density usually ranges from 20 to 30 fish per cubic meter of water, depending on the size and developmental stage of the koi. Maintaining an appropriate density helps the fish grow evenly, reduces stress, prevents disease, and ensures the quality of their patterns and coloration. When koi fish reach marketable sizes, typically between 25 and 40 centimeters, depending on the breed and commercial purpose. Farmers use soft nets with large mesh openings to minimize scratches on the fish's sensitive skin, as even a small scratch can significantly reduce their market value. The transportation process is then conducted using specialized vehicles. Upon arrival at the distribution center, the fish are carefully graded based on size, color, body shape, pattern symmetry, and color sharpness. These factors are key in determining the value of each koi. Although the tanks are still rectangular, there is a notable difference between raising koi fish in Taiwan and Japan. In Japan, the number of fish in each tank is usually smaller, and experienced breeders carefully select each koi. The koi here are not only kept for ornamental purposes, but are also nurtured to develop according to the unique standards of each enthusiast. In Japan, raising koi is not just a hobby. It is an art that requires meticulous care and patience in every step, from selecting the breed to caring for them, and to their overall development. The number of fish in each tank is carefully balanced to create the optimal environment for each fish to reach its full potential in both beauty and health. Japanese koi are famous for their wide variety of colors and patterns, which are evaluated and classified according to international standards. This is why Japanese koi are valued much higher than those from Taiwan.